Oh, come on. All right. Yeah, I'm on the chilling side. I'm on the chilling energy these days. So I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm definitely not against. I'm not against steroid use. I'm not against dope. No, the usage of it is what I'm saying. Okay, the usage. Now hold on. Let me make it clear. I'm gonna make two things clear. The usage of it for cheating in sports where you are being tested and the trainers and coaches know how to give it to the athlete to enhance them and then give them other ingredients to hide it when they go through testing. That's what I'm against. That's number one. Number two, I'm also against those people that don't really have a good education on it and allow these young people to take it without assessing the actual athlete health and training history to see if their nutrition and to see how many years they have done in the sport first and foremost. I hope you're still with me. Now, about 20 years ago, literally 20 years ago, I can't believe this is crazy. 20 years ago, I went to I went to one of my first pro bodybuilding shows right here in New York City. And when I say there are a lot of bodybuilders out there, man, I was like, what the hell am I looking at? I was like, that's bad. That, why is his shoulder like that? Why is she? Oh, shoot. This is nuts, yo. Why they bodies look? Nah, B. Nah, B. So, because now I'm going to keep it 100 with you. These bodies that I saw were not spectacular looking. No, they were not spectacular looking. And I'm gonna tell you this: just because you dope or use some form of steroids is not gonna make you a Michael Jordan or a Mike Tyson the next day, which means you're not gonna be a champ. No. Here's what I am and do agree though. I do agree that if doping and steroids are to be used, the individual should put in at least I would say, let me see, no, at least 20 years, almost 20 years of some form of training discipline, from eating to being competitive to actually sticking with a sport or one or two or three different sports that have allowed their body to develop in such a way where it's astounding, even in its most natural state. Let me say that again. I do agree that athletes or people who have put in 15 to 20, I'll say 15 to 20, depending on the age bracket. Because if somebody starts at 20 years old and 15 years of that would be age 35, and their bone platelets would actually be matured in such a way where their electrolytes and minerals in the bones would be at a point where the steroids or the doping won't extract so much from their bones that it makes them so weak, because that's what's happening. Because I do agree with doping or steroids, because I'm going to use this for an example. This conversation, this type of topic is for those that get it. People who have actually discipline with their meals, discipline with their training, discipline with their sleep. It's discipline, not winging shit. I mean, competitiveness, stats. What is your progress? Not just winging shit. You feel me? Or just giving somebody something because they have the funds to do it. Because approximately last year, that was documented. In 2025, approximately 50 bodybuilders died. That's just the ones that was documented. We're not talking about people in other forms of sports. So there are different types of doping. There's some for joints. There's some for testosterone. There's some for cutting. There's some for performance. There's some for healing. There's different ones for each endocrine gland: pituitary, pineal, thyroid, thymus, testicles, ovaries, and what's the other ones? And the adrenals, and I believe the pancreas, if I'm not mistaken. I believe there's one for that one too. But they each secrete hormones, and so doping and steroids are hormones that's injected into the body so that the cells can do something on an optimal level, so that by the time or the training has is completed, the hormones are there to heal, or they're chemical messengers that are already on site, so the body doesn't have to wait on its own. So it speeds up the process of the body of whatever it needs to do. Make sense? So, I mean, and I'm sharing this because another bodybuilder died in 23. It's like, dude, like y'all don't, like, we don't get it yet. Like, steroids probably and is one of the best things on the planet. Steroids, doping, probably one of the best things on the planet if you do it right. Please, if you're thinking about doing steroids or doping, please get somebody who understands nutrition, understands blood work, understands that if you only put in 5 years of discipline, you don't need it. You need discipline, so that when you inject anything external into your body, it's going to enhance those many years of what you've been doing it for. Me personally, I was introduced to it when I was 21, and I was like, nah, this stuff is too good. I don't want it. I was smart enough. I was like, nah, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. But then during the year of 2020, when we all had quarantine, when we all was quarantined, and I didn't have anything to do, I personally used it, but a specific amount to heal, to help assist my body to heal the joints in my body, like what my bicep was going through, the tear. So I was using one called DECA, which gives the joints fluidity and mobility and strengthens them. But I was on a specific routine that fits me. That so the amount of DECA that I used, right, complemented everything. And then when I said I was done, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm good. And that's how I was able to work out years later. You can use these things to fix yourself. You can go to your sports doctor and say, hey, listen, what are the options that I can use for my body to enhance this specific endocrine gland in my system or cellular performance? And they will give it to you if your insurance actually takes it, or if you got the money and the cash. They will give it to you. But be careful of those, athletes that are in competition. Just simply be careful. Okay? Simply be careful, because there's somebody probably on steroids now that just don't even compete. And they actually need the steroids. You see what I'm saying? They don't call it doping, but they need the steroids to stay alive. I was told a friend of somebody else, a friend who was in a motorcycle accident, he needed steroids just to stay alive. Otherwise, he would be dead the next day. So steroids aren't bad. It's just how you use them. People, peace.